Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about epithelial tissue, or this is simply called as epithelium. So it is the simplest tissue in our body, and it is the protective tissue of the animal body. uh, as a plant has the outer layer epidermis, like this they also do the protection of the animal body, and all the cells of this tissue are tightly packed, means there is no intercellular spaces, and they form a continuous sheet, so means there is absence of intercellular spaces. And uh, that's why there is no any intercellular space, so the cells of this tissue has very little or no intercellular matrix. There is no intercellular matrix or fluid. These tissues covers most organs and cavities, so you can say their primary function is covering within the body. It also forms a barrier to keep different body systems separate. It forms a barrier that by which the different system of animals body are separated by each other. The skin and the lining of buccal cavity, that is mouth, and blood vessels, buccal cavity, blood vessels, alveoli of lungs, and kidney tubules. uh, the functional unit of kidney is known as nephron, and these nephron has the tubules. So these organs are made up of epithelial tissue, and epithelial tissue lie on a delicate non-cellular basement membrane, which contain a special form of matrix called collagen protein. Collagen protein. Epithelial tissue may be very simple, composed of a single layer cells, or it may be stratified, then when made up of several several layers of cells, then it is called as stratified epithelial tissue. So its primary function is, you can say, that protection, and there are so many function, like first is protection, and then inside the body it forms covering also. Epithelial cells form lining of mouth, as I told you that the lining of buccal cavity, a lining of mouth, lining of gut, that is alimentary canal, and protect these organs. It helps in absorption of water and minerals. as you heard the name of that ciliated and glandular, so they help in absorption of water and nutrients. So as the glandular name was there, so they help in also secretion, and the ciliated one help in absorption of nutrients. More the number of cilia, more will be the absorptive surface area, and more will be the absorption of water and nutrients. They also help in elimination of waste products, and some perform secretory function. They secrete variety of substances such as sweat, saliva, mucus, enzymes, etc. So you can go through the diagram of this. So see here, this is a squamous epithelium, this nucleus full of cytoplasm, and there is cementing substance which adhere these cells together. You can see like this also. This is the basement membrane, which is made up of collagen, that is non-cellular. It's a type of protein actually. Then this is the epidermis of mammalian skin, showing four layers of stratified keratinized squamous epithelia. As I told, if there is a single squamous epithelia, then it is a simple type, and when it has so many layers, then it is called as stratified. So this is the outermost stratum corneum, then stratum lucidium, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and stratum bacilli. So I don't think this is in your NCRT syllabus, but you can go through this. These are the stratified because they have, you just remember that stratified has so many layers, and squamous has a single layer. Simple squamous has a single layer. Then see the diagram of cuboidal epithelia. The structure is just like a cube structure. They also have basement membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. Then columnar, as I told you, the name is just like their structure. You can see there is column like structure. So this is called as columnar epithelia. And then this is a stomach, then mesentery cells, and this is the duodenum region of small intestine, and this is the section. You can see, as you know that small intestine help in absorption of nutrients. So you can see the structure. These are the goblet cells which secrete mucus, and they also increase the absorptive surface area, so that's why the name is columnar. And see here, ciliated, as they have so many cilia on them, that's why the name is ciliated, and the shape is column, and this is nucleus and basement membrane. So where there is use of absorptive surface area, then their ciliated columnar epithelia is present. So we will see the first one, that is squamous epithelia. So as you have seen the structure of squamous epithelia, so squamous epithelia, they are also squamous. It is just like a mosaic pattern, and this is also called as epithelium pavement epithelium. So where does this occur? So occurrence is it forms the delicate lining of cavities like mouth, like esophagus, like nose, pericardium. Pericardium is the outermost layer of the heart. Alveoli, etc. So you can see by these structure that where there is the formation of covering or protective layer, there is squamous epithelia. They also form the covering of blood vessels, uh, tongue, and skin. So function, it protects the underlying part of the body from mechanical injury, mechanical injury, entry of germs, chemicals, and drying, and it also forms a selective permeable surface through which selective permeable surface through which filtration can occur. So this is all about the squamous epithelial tissue.